Hello, good evening and welcome to our exclusive season coverage of the Volkswagen Vento Cup 2015. After getting all the insights into every nut and bolt that goes into the Volkswagen Race Vento, the action shifts from the Volkswagen plant in Pune to the home of motor racing in India, the Buddh International Circuit. We are all set to witness a thrilling battle between 21 young drivers as they look to speed their way to glory. And to give us more perspective into this, we are joined in the studio by Sirish Vissa, the head of Volkswagen Motorsport India. Sirish, once again, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you, Mikhail. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, done with 4 races, done with Curry Motor Speedway in Coimbatore, and now we look ahead and look forward to the final 6 races at the Buddh International Circuit. What can we expect, Sirish?
Well, it's a completely different ball game for these guys because the track is so different to what they've been used to driving on the last 4 races. It's going to be a huge challenge for the newcomers to get up to speed quickly, and it's a phenomenal facility. It's one of the best Formula One tracks in the world, and we are very fortunate to have it in India. But you know what? Let me hand it off to Rayo, who's going to take us for a lap around the track and show us a little bit more about it.
We are at the Buddh International Circuit, India's only Formula One circuit, and as we go out of the pits, it's a nice long pit lane. 60 kilometers an hour is our speed limit, and as we leave the pits, we can start accelerating into corner 1. From the outside you apex and run really wide into corner 2. Not really a corner, just a small bend, it's flat out, and then the really blind corner 3. You really can't make out where you're going, turn in late, apex late, run out wide all the way. Of course, the longest straight in any Formula One circuit, it's 1.2 kilometers from the last corner all the way to the next corner, and we are already touching 180 kilometers an hour. Super fast. 190, and we're already touching 200. Corner 4, you can brake really late. 3rd gear corner, late apex, run out wide. As we go down to the 5th corner, which is followed immediately by the 2 chicanes. Turn in early for the first chicane, you can run up on the surface curbs. And then the second chicane, which is now a right-hander into a left-hander. Just a tap of the brakes as you enter, and then it's flat. Now we come to corners 10 and 11, really long, also known as the parabola corner. It just keeps going on and on and on and on. Now corner 11, the second part of the parabola. The main advantage of this circuit is you can really use the curbs over here. And we come to the 3rd chicane. This is one place where the car can get launched into the air like now. And then uphill again into the second last corner, which is completely blind as you brake. And we come to the end of our lap. That's the last corner, and this is where we go into the pits. Once again, a nice long entry into the pit lane. You can see the 60 kilometer an hour speed limit board, and that's it from the VIC.
Right, what a big difference it's going to be for the drivers as well, Sirish, from the Curry Motor Speedway to the Buddh International Circuit. New challenge totally, and they'll have to really prepare really hard to get into this.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the biggest difference is that the track is so wide compared to Coimbatore that, you've got multiple lines around corners. It's a huge challenge for them to understand and to make it sort of a little bit more comfortable for the newcomers, or the rookies as we call them. We are going to spend a lot of time with them, and they've actually gone through and done a full day of testing at Buddh. So they learn the track, they learn which way around it goes, they learn the lines around there, and we've had our driver coaches over there helping these guys come up to speed. So I think now it should be pretty good for the rest of the races.
Right, the all-important points table comes into play quite obviously, because we're not really in the business end of the races. That's because 6 more to go.
Yeah.
But the points table gives us a good idea as to who will be as favourites after 4 races at least.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, coming out of race 4, Karminder is in the lead, but Anindit is very close to him, 4 points. This far into the season, 4 points is like nothing.
But then it's a big gap, you reckon? Ishan at 158 points?
Ishan is a little further back, but again, it just takes one race to go badly for either of the two ahead of him, and he's right in the game with both of them. The big sort of dark horse, if you will, is Sahil Gahuri, because Sahil is a junior guy. He's up in 4th place, and he's leading the rookies or the junior championship, so that's going to be interesting. The rest of them, I think Sailesh is up there as well, so it's a big challenge for all these guys to catch up now.
Right, you did mention the rookies, so yeah, I mean, they would be, they've put in some creditable performances, you believe, the young ones?
For sure. I mean, the standout performer has been Sahil, because he has been consistent. He's been, as you can see, he's in the top 4 in the overall points standings, which is an impressive achievement. And I don't think we've had a rookie that's been this good in the last few seasons. So he's one of the people that stands out.
Exactly. So let's not make any kind of predictions at this point in time.
Yes, absolutely.
It's as wide open as anybody would imagine after 4 races. Right, at the Buddh International Circuit on a race weekend, we have 3 races. The starting grids for the first and the third race is decided by the fastest times put up in the qualifying round. So this makes the qualifiers all the more interesting to watch. So let's buckle up and witness the qualifiers.
Welcome to the JKTR Volkswagen Vento Cup qualifying. We are at the Buddh International Circuit, the home of the Indian Grand Prix. This is the wonderful view right onto the parabola, the one of the most talked about corners in this particular track. It's one of those places where you go right wide and you'll have multiple apexes. You really need to carry enough speed on that corner. So, one of the red cars just moving on to the home straight. This is the home straight, and right in front of the home straight we have the huge gallery. We can expect a packed stand when the races begin on Sunday for sure. For the moment, Anit Reddy car number 25, followed by Sailesh Bolise car number 19, Ishan, and Raghav Sharma currently at number 7, fighting it out for the top 7. So it's Anit Reddy car number 25 slots himself with 2 minutes 31.039 in his second lap. And his second best lap time was 2 minutes 31.282. We got to be waiting for somebody to slot in at number 2. As we see car number 15 just zooming past onto the home straight. This is turn number 1. Watch out for the race day, because on turn number 1, that is where most of the action. Ishan just crosses the line for a moment and he slots himself at number 3. So it's Anit Reddy car number 25 with 2 minutes 31.039. Sailesh Bolise car number 19 with 2 minutes 31.067. Ishan car number 17 with 2 minutes 31.404. Prabhanjan Prachuri clocks himself at number 7. Pradeep Rao goes 6th fastest. Nayan Chatterjee car number 24 slots himself at number 8. Chewang Lama, all the way down from Sikkim, sees himself in a competitive position number 9. Sahil Gauri car number 6 is at number 10. Ritvik Thomas car number 1 is on 11. The Dabas sisters car number 16. Riya Dabas slots in at number 17, and it's Neha Dabas car number 9 on 18. So Anit Reddy car number 25 on number 1, Sailesh Bolise car number 19 on 2, and Ishan car number 17 on 3.
I'm not surprised to find Anandit Reddy right on top over there, but how come Karminder has slipped to number 5?
I think he's just had an off day, because Raghav Sharma, who's ahead of him, this is his first full season of racing, so it's a big surprise to see him up there. So let's see, it's a long race.
All right, there's lots to look forward to. We need to head into a short break, but when we come back on the other side, we will get you the first race at the Buddh International Circuit. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere.
Main road. with touchscreen navigation and a whole lot more. The new Vento Highline Plus. Volkswagen, das Auto.
Gulf Oil, the choice of champions since 1968.
Welcome back. After a thrilling qualifying round, we are all set to witness the rubbers burning on the racetrack as the cars line up for race number 5. But before we go there, once again, a quick look at the qualifier standings at this point in time. And is it fair to say, Suresh, that because it's at the Buddh International Circuit, it gives the drivers a lot more chances than the Kari Motor Speedway to come back into the race?
For sure, because the track is so wide, you have more opportunities for them to take different lines through the corners. That means you have more opportunities for them to overtake. So it's definitely going to be a lot easier in some ways for them to move up positions.
This is how the grid will look when they start off.
Yes.
And clearly Anandit is one man we need to look out for. Any other name that you think could surprise everybody in race number 5?
Raghav is a guy we need to keep an eye out for because he's been fairly quick. The other guy is Pradeep Rao, who's also part of the rookie championship. So, you know, it should be a fun race to watch.
Right, it's too early to predict, but we need a perspective from that end as well, and it's prediction time. So let's quickly listen into Raymond Banerjee, driver coach, and see who he puts his money on.
It's Anandit on pole with Sailesh in second and Ishan in third. My money is definitely going to be on Anandit, but at the same time you can also expect a very close and exciting race. Both drivers on top 1 and 2 somehow have a very different technique of driving on this track.
Well, it's quite obvious that anybody would go for Mr. Consistent in any kind of a competition. You'd always want to put your money on them. But knowing that, you know, the top 3 or rather top 2 are in a very good contest, would you want to contest what even Rayo must have said? Because he's picking 1 or 2 at this point in time. Do you think there could be a 3 or 4?
I would say, you know, Anandit is in the best position because he's got nobody to overtake. But Karminder has a little bit more work to do because he's got to go past Raghav and Ishan to challenge Anandit for a race win. But again, he's a very quick guy, so it's hard to put your money on one particular driver. I'd have to hedge my bets also and say it's going to be one of those two.
Right, so with Mr. Consistent Anandit on pole, Shailesh behind him, can Anandit maintain his position and claim the checkered flag, or will local boy Karminder Singh come from behind to win the race? Let's find out straight from the tracks.
Jeketaya Volkswagen Vento Cup Race 5 at the Buddh International Circuit, the home of the Indian Grand Prix. When the red lights go off, the race is a go. Watch out for a good start, but Anit Reddy is flying off well already. Pradeep Rao, car number 11, is already off to a very slow start. Rajesh Srivastava, car number 12, is moved into position number 9 already. 9 Charaji moves into position number 10 from position number 12. This is a good start by car number 23 as well. Karminder Singh is making it a habit to make good starts on this particular track. Looks like turn number 2 and 3 is going to be crowded as expected, but Anit Reddy is already putting in a dominant performance. Looks like he's almost going to be running away with this race, but can Ishan, can Karminder, can Sailesh, can Raghav Sharma and car number 22 catch up with the race leader? Remember, this is going to be an 8-lap race. Anit Reddy doesn't look back. He's got the speed. Looking at this wonderful track on this beautiful Buddh International Circuit, Anit Reddy Konda for the moment has the race under complete control. So Anit Reddy on to turn number 10 and 11, the most exciting corner always talked about by most of the F1 drivers around the world. They talk about this corner number 10 and corner number 11 on this particular track. After that, it's always downhill into turn number 16. Anit Reddy has just about finished lap number 1, and what a good lap he's at. He had the pole position and he started off well, and guess what? On lap number 1, he's just set the fastest lap of this race. 2 minutes 30.815. We've got 7 more laps to go. Lot of action already happening. Can Ishan in car number 17, can Karminder Singh, who's currently in position number 5 or 6, we'll tell you about that in just a bit. In a moment, one of the cars has just come to a grinding halt. Looks like the car went off the track for a very brief moment. So then, as expected, the red flag have come out. Look at the confluence of colors. There's a red, there is white, there is black. Karminder Singh, car number 23. Remember, he started this race in 5th or 6th position. Now is into position number 4. So all the cars are going to be making a big, busy beeline right behind the safety car. The safety car will keep pace the moment the lights go off the safety car. The moment that happens, the race should be a go. We still have a lot more laps to go after this one. We got 4 more laps of close-end action. Finally, the safety car comes into the pit lane. The lights go off and we're back to the racing line. Here we go on to the home straight. Anand car number 25 is trying to extend his lead, but Ishan is not going to let him run away so easily. Raghav Sharma in car number 22 has moved himself from position number 6. Can he fight himself back to position number 5? He needs a race victory, but Anand Reddy with this race win, he will extend his lead in the championship. Car number 17, Ishan, making sure tries to keep pace with him. That's car number 23 on your screens, moving into position number 3. But what a fight we have between car number 19 and car number 15. Prabhanjan currently in position number 5. Raghav Sharma falls back to position number 6. The positions are changing like 9 pins here. Car number 25 extending the lead with every passing lap. Just a few more laps to go after this one. It will look like a complete dominant performance. This is what you really need to do as your homework. Come onto the track, get yourself a good practice, get yourself P1, that is position number 1 in qualifying. Come out with a good start, and after the good start is done and dusted with, you win the race from start to finish. What a way to dominate so far. Can Ishan make sure he catches up on the race leader? It doesn't look like so for the moment, as we see car number 25 still extending that lead a little bit. You talk about at least 7 car length, and that's a lot. The difference between the best lap times, well, 2 minutes 30.815. Guess what? Ishan clocks in as second fastest, 2 minutes 30.885. You talk about difference of less than half a second. And certain places you talk about difference of less than 1/10, half of 1/10. That's the difference between the fastest lap time between Anand Reddy versus Ishan. Guess what? Third fastest goes to Karminder Singh. This man is on fire. 2 minutes 31.624, and he's making sure that he's making it count here. So Karminder Singh is going to dominate position number 3. In fact, it's going to be a lonely drive for him, because the fight between Sailesh Bolisetti versus Raghav Sharma versus Prabhanjan has just got heated up, and that is going to benefit Karminder Singh and car number 23 in position number 3. Now, car number 25 is parking the car on the track, where car number 17 doesn't want to see this. This is one of the most slowest part of the tracks. I've told you about this before, as car number 17 goes a little onto the racing, car number 25 goes wide. All the pressure is still back on car number 17 and car number 25, but car number 25 has it covered this time around. Well, we are into the dying moments of this race. Somebody's got to win this. So it's going to be a cat and mouse between car number 25 and car number 17. Car number 17 almost going off the track in turn number 7 and 8. In fact, the turn number 7 and 8 on the Buddh International Circuit is also known as the Felipe Massa corner. And this is the same place when the first Formula 1 race happened. Felipe Massa went out of the track. Here is turn number 16. Car number 17, car number 25, but car number 25 has it covered. Ishan doing all the tricks in the book. He knows he's got to put the pressure back on, but Anand Reddy is holding his calm, he's holding his nerve. He's holding with all that he's got. He's got the race position. He's not going to give it up so easily. Turn number 3 there for you. Into turn number 3, into turn number 4, the slipstream gallo. We've finished all that now. Car number 25 is still close, but not close enough. Car number 17 does not have the racing line and will not be able to come onto that corner much earlier, but it's car number 25 gets to the corner early. This is going to be a very, very tough battle. Somebody's got to win this. And who is going to wake it up? We're seeing the back markers here. Car number 25 on your screens onto the parabola. Look at that huge corner there. It just doesn't know where it's going to stop, because this is one place where you got to carry your speed on every part of that particular corner. This time around, car number 25 has extended that lead. If he wins this race, he is going to be a serious title contender in the championship. A lot of them are hoping that he wins this one comfortably. For the moment, he's done his hard work. Here is the last corners coming in. Car number 25 is going to see the checkered flag, and with all the hard work that's coming to him, here is turn number 16, and here is the time for us to wave the checkered flag on car number 25. What a race victory this has been for Anit Reddy Konda, car number 25. Ishan finishes at number 2. Karminder Singh, look at him at distant number 3.
Well, race 5 has been only Anandit all the way. I mean, we've been having a discussion and it's only been Anandit from the qualifiers as well, not surprisingly the winner as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he was in the strongest position out of all of them, starting on pole. He doesn't have to overtake anybody. All he has to do is be consistent, be clean, and hold his line. And I think he's done a fantastic job with it.
Right, absolutely. Greatness lies in consistency. Anandit is displaying that all through this particular race. We head into a short break. When we come back, reactions from the winners and also that moment when they stand on the podium. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere.
Gulf Oil, the choice of champions since 1968.
With touchscreen navigation and a whole lot more. The new Vento Highline Plus.
Volkswagen, das Auto.
Welcome back to Pits to Podiums. After an exhilarating race, it's time to applaud the ones who stood out. And in fact, quick look once again at that result sheet of ours. And I'm interested in knowing how Ishan Dodiwala is performing at this point in time. He's always there, but never right up there. He always makes an impression and then suddenly disappears for a while. A little inconsistent?
I wouldn't say inconsistent, okay, but definitely he's not stood on the top step of the podium, but he's been always there fighting with the rest of them, and he's been quite consistent. He's, I think, improved over the course of the season. He's a guy that is going to be somebody to watch in the future for sure.
Right, Karminder at number 3 and Shailesh Bolasetti as well. He started off well, and your favorite in terms of a rookie, Raghav Sharma at number 5. And then Prabhanj and Pradeep, and of course, if you look at the bottom half of the table, I mean, by the end of it, you realize that, there's a lot of hard work, or probably they can now play for the wooden spoon, as we would say it.
True, but actually one person that we need to touch on is the guy who's finished in 10th spot, which is Nayan Chatterjee. Right. He is the go-karting champion, and as part of our idea of promoting motorsport, we always give a guest drive to the champion in the go-karting series.
Wonderful.
And so Nayan is the champion from this year. So he got a guest drive this weekend at the Vento Cup. So it's interesting to see him come in, get in a car and finish, in the top 10, which is amazing.
Right, creditable performance, Devan. And at this point in time, let's have a look at the winners as well, because they are delighted with their performance. So their reaction, quite obviously, is one that is of elation. Let's have a look at that.
All in all, it was a good race. Started 5th with a disappointing qualifying, but made up 2 places, and I kept my calm, and as I say, keep my consistency up, and hope to get better results next race.
It was fantastic. After qualifying, I was starting on pole, and I knew I had Shailesh and Ishan behind me, and it wasn't going to be easy. But, I managed to keep it together and bring it home.
Be rest assured, you'll be seeing more of Anandit on the podium, and that reaction as well. That's because he's slowly and steadily increasing that lead. It was just a 4-point lead between him and Karminder. Now he's extended it to 16. And how do you look at that, Sirish? He looks strong. He looks very strong at this point in time.
He looks very, very strong. But, Karminder is not, right, especially if you look at his performance through the first part of the season, every race where he started in the reverse grid, he's managed to win.
Yes, that's a good piece of stat.
That's a very important stat that we have to keep in mind because, right now he's 16 points behind, but it only takes 1 or 2 wins like he's capable of doing and he's going to reverse that.
Right, Ishan at number 3 with 206.
That's again.
Does he stand an outside chance or a good chance too?
I think he does stand an outside chance. I mean, I think Sailesh, who's number 4, would be the one who's I would say feeling a little bad right now because he has the pace and he's got the capability of being right there up at the top. But like I said, he's been the victim of unfortunate incidents.
Right.
Sahil is up there. He's still maintaining his lead in the Junior Cup.
Well, talking about winners, we have something in store for all you speed lovers sitting at home. Answer a simple question in each episode and stand a chance to win some exciting Volkswagen gift hampers. Right, our question for the day is, who won the 4th race of the JK Tyre Volkswagen Vento Cup 2015? We have options in place: A. Karminder Singh, B. Ishan Dodiwala, C. Anandit Reddy, or D. Shailesh Bolisetti. Now, all you need to do is like or follow Volkswagen Motorsport and Neo Sports on Facebook and Twitter, and tweet or comment your answer using hashtag NeoVentoChallenge. Lucky winners stand a chance to win exciting gift hampers from Volkswagen. Right, so final remarks from your end, Suresh. Race 5 completed. Anandit once again bags that podium finish. Going to be a Herculean task for the others to catch up with him?
I wouldn't say it's a Herculean task for either Ishan or Karminder, even Sailesh, to be honest.
And how important will the reverse grid be in keeping in mind that,
I think the man to watch is Karminder. He's shown that he is the killer, really, when it comes to it. That's why we nicknamed him Killerminder.
Right.
Because he's always shown he's right there, he can challenge for the win. So it's going to be interesting.
Right, but fair to say that it's been a good day for Anandit and he'll want to savor this moment and he'll want to take this momentum and confidence into race number 6 as well. On that note, we'll have to say thank you to all our followers and viewers who've tuned in to this particular race, and thanks Suresh as well for his views, and we look forward to your company for race 6 as well, Suresh. Sure. It's the Buddh International Circuit. So from the entire Neo Sports team, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you very soon. Goodbye and good night.